Okay, we don't have a lot of time, so we're going into this one quick and sloppy. This is the LTC Neon75. If you ever asked your mom for a Tofu75 and she said, we have Tofu75 at home, this is the Tofu75 at home. At $70 with wireless capabilities, hotswap functionality, put-in keycaps, and a whole bunch of RGB, is this worth your hard-earned money? Full disclosure, by the way, LTC did send this out to me for review. That doesn't affect my opinion in any way. The switches are linear red switches from a company called, I think, Jers? That's what it looks like it says on the switch. It's not a switch brand I've ever heard of. They're not particularly anything impressive, but they're not really anything that you're gonna complain about. If you've ever purchased a budget keyboard with a red linear switch, that's kind of what you can expect here. If you want to swap out the switches for something else that you want to try, you heard that a Fortnite guy is using a certain switch and you're like, I want to use that switch. Well, as long as it's a 3 and 5 pin switch, you can slap it into this bad boy and have yourself a time. You're still going to suck at Fortnite though. The stabilizers sound okay. They could use a little bit more lube, maybe a little bit more tuning. You could take them out pretty easily and do that if you want to. Not as bad as some of the really bad rattly ones we've seen with other boards in this price range or lower. This is compatible with Windows and Mac, and as I mentioned, it has wireless capabilities. You do of course have wired mode, pretty self-explanatory, and then you can also connect it via Bluetooth with up to 3 devices, which works fine. I haven't had any issues, nothing to report there. And you do have the 2.4 GHz wireless dongle via USB. Part of the appeal of this board, as well as part of the price tag, is the RGB capabilities, that full RGB look that you're getting in a board like this. If you want the RGB to stay on while the keyboard is awake, it will stay on and it will drain the battery faster than if you were to turn the RGB off. But if you're planning to use it mostly wirelessly, you might want to reconsider and get something that does not have a bunch of RGB so you can prolong that battery life. They say that with the RGB on, the battery life is 25 milliamp hours. That's not correct. I'm pretty sure that they mean 25 hours because milliamp hours, I mean, your iPhone has like 4,000 milliamp hours, depending on which iPhone it is. Probably less than that, but it's still more than 25. They do say that with the RGB off, the battery life is 530 hours, which if true, is a huge gap between 25 and 530. Their Amazon page says that it has fast charging at 6 to 7 hours, which I think we have very different impressions of the word fast. I do like the cloudy, kind of soft look of the lighting here. I don't like putting keycaps really, but at least here it looks kind of nice with the foggy look of the backlit parts of the keycaps, kind of matching the foggy look of the case. This would definitely be better if you're planning to play with your lights off, because when the lights are on, you can really see the diodes on the side of the keyboard, and it only reaches to like halfway up to the case. The rest of the case is barely lit up at all from that halfway point up, so it kind of just looks like you've got the RGB lighting. Excuse me, rude. It kind of looks like you've got the RGB lighting and then just white or clear, and just doesn't look great. But weirdly, when you turn the lights off and you're in a dark room, you can't even tell. The whole thing looks lit up pretty well, and it looks nice. I gotta hand it to him. In the dark, it does look nice. You've got different controls built into the keyboard. You've got your lighting controls. You can adjust the lighting of the keys alone and the lighting of the case. You've also got media controls, your wireless connectivity, your toggle between Windows and Mac. And if you are using Mac, you've got a few Mac dedicated hotkeys. You can reprogram most of the keys, and you can also reprogram the function layer, but not for every key. There's certain keys that you can't reprogram in that way. You'll see it on the screen right here. The software lets you do all that kinds of stuff, as well as programming macros, adjusting your RGB to kind of fine tune it to what you want. And the good thing about the software here is I got it to work. It's not something that I can always say on this channel, unfortunately. I got it to work without any problems. One gripe I have with the software is that it opens up a window every time you turn on your computer, assuming you have it enabled on startup, which you can disable, but then I'm pretty sure it's not going to do what you want it to do with your keyboard until you open it again. Just a little annoyance. I don't like that. I don't like when software does that, but if you want to use the software, there you go. So when I buy this keyboard, If I wasn't already into custom mechanical keyboards and I had 70 bucks to spend on a keyboard, sure, this would be a decent place to start. I'd say it does what it sets out to do, and I don't think you'll have any regrets. And if you do, at least you can buy it on Amazon. In fact, you can buy it on Amazon through my affiliate link in the description. And that is my segue to ending this video because I'm starting to feel like I'm getting the flu that everybody's getting. And so, who knows when the next time I might have another video drop. But seriously, subscribe to the channel if you're new because I do have another video planned later before the year ends, and then I've got a couple other products from LTC that I'm going to be reviewing in the coming months, as well as some other things from other companies in different categories. So isn't that just exciting, and it just tempts you to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, comment and share this video and tell all your friends. Aren't you tempted to do all those things? I know you are. Go do it. Happy holidays. I'm out. Okay, I just want to clarify, for my own credibility, I know Tofu75 isn't a real thing. It's a Tofu65 and a 60 and whatever else there is. But it wouldn't work with the joke because the keyboard we're reviewing today is 75%. But that doesn't matter. What does matter is you. You matter.